If I wanted to know your deepest, darkest anxieties, I honestly wouldn't even try to read your diary.
Right, because who keeps a diary anyway?
Exactly. And I wouldn't even look at your search history either. I would just go straight to your YouTube sidebar.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the real truth right there.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because that recommendation algorithm is, hands down, the most honest diary we have right now. It captures absolutely everything you're afraid of, everything you desperately want, and, everything you click on when you think nobody's watching.
It's basically the ultimate digital archaeological site. I mean, the algorithm doesn't care about the image you project to your friends or the world.
No, it really doesn't.
It only tracks behavior. It tracks what actually holds your attention. And when you look at a highly specific cross-section of what, millions of people are watching at the exact same time.
You get this pristine, totally unfiltered look at the modern human psyche.
Exactly. It's fascinating.
And that brings us to today's deep dive. We are not analyzing a traditional book or some peer-reviewed research paper today.
We're doing something a bit different this time.
We are. We're excavating a totally fascinating snapshot of digital culture from February 2026. It's this curated list of video sources, all surrounding one central trending piece of content by a creator named David McEwen.
Right. The video titled, "Once You Master the Law of Luck, Nothing Can Stop You."
Nothing can stop you. I mean, it is such an intoxicating absolute promise.
It really is. And it completely sets the tone for everything else the algorithm decided to group with it.
It really does. And I have to say, the sources in this snapshot are just completely wild. We're talking about a massive range of engagement here.
Yeah, from incredibly niche, quiet videos with maybe just a few hundred views.
To absolute blockbusters sitting at nearly 8 million views. And we're looking at all of these today to uncover what you, me, and millions of other people are desperately searching for right now.
The real underlying theme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The theme connecting all this digital dirt is hacking reality, finding hidden cisterns, and gaining an absolute unbreakable edge in life. So, okay, let's unpack this.
I am so ready, because when you start aggregating these concepts, you see that people aren't just looking for standard self-improvement anymore.
Right. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. and drinking water.
No, not at all. They're looking for an override switch.
They want to break the rules of the game entirely. So let's look at this core cluster of videos by David McEwen. Beyond the Law of Luck video, we have titles like How to Create a Frequency So Magnetic Reality Has to Obey You.
Has to obey you. Just think about that phrasing.
It's intense.
Yeah.
And then there's Learn Quantum Manifestation and You Will Command Energy. And my personal favorite, It's Boring, but You'll Manifest Like Crazy, which claims to be the full system.
The full system, yeah.
But, I mean, when we say law of luck or magnetic frequency, what are we actually talking about mechanistically? Because it kind of sounds like science fiction.
Right. Well, what's fascinating here is that the mechanics are essentially just routine psychological conditioning.
Okay.
But they are dressed up in the highly authoritative aesthetics of, theoretical physics.
So using science words to make it sound more official.
Exactly. When these creators talk about a magnetic frequency, they're often just referring to the reticular activating system in your brain.
Wait, the reticular activating system?
Yeah, it's basically the filter that decides what information gets through to your conscious mind. So if you condition your brain to hyperfixate on opportunities or wealth,
What they would call tuning your frequency.
right, if you do that, you will suddenly start noticing those things everywhere. But they rebrand this standard cognitive bias as quantum manifestation.
Because telling someone to reprogram their cognitive filters sounds like homework.
It sounds like a lot of work. But telling someone they can command energy, that sounds like a literal superpower.
That makes so much sense. And McEwen isn't alone in this at all. The snapshot shows a whole choir of creators singing this exact same tune.
Oh, completely. It's a huge ecosystem.
We have David Bayer with a video titled, I'm Begging You to Ignore Your Reality. And Daniel Barada with, Once You Ignore Reality, You'll Get Everything You Want.
Yeah, the concept of just flat out ignoring reality.
This is where I really struggle, to be honest. I completely understand the power of cognitive framing, like you just explained, but this aggressive, literal push to ignore reality. I mean, is this just a coping mechanism?
That's a really good question.
I keep thinking about this analogy. Is this like putting on noise-canceling headphones in a chaotic, burning room?
Okay, a burning room. I like that.
Like, is it a necessary tool to tune out the smoke and distractions so you can actually focus and find the exit? Or are these videos advocating for just a dangerous level of delusion? Like just sitting in the fire?
It is so tempting to just call it delusion, right? But I think that implies a surrender of agency. And these titles are selling the exact opposite of surrender.
They're selling ultimate control.
Exactly. They are selling ultimate agency. I mean, think about the era we're living in right now. Actual objective reality feels incredibly complex, structurally rigid, and honestly, often entirely out of the individual's control.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about inflation, massive global events.
Institutional gridlock. Just massive, immovable forces. And when the external reality feels that overwhelming and that unyielding, people are naturally drawn to the idea that their internal thoughts have measurable physical leverage over the outside world.
I hear that, but ignoring reality entirely. I mean, if my bank account is empty, just ignoring it doesn't pay the rent on the first of the month.
Sure, but fixating on the empty bank account paralyzes you.
That's fair.
What these creators are advocating, and honestly, this is why it gets hundreds of thousands of views, is a strategic dissociation. By ignoring reality, they mean stripping the emotional weight away from your current circumstances.
Okay, so not literally pretending you have money, but not letting the lack of money crush you.
Right. It's the belief that if you refuse to accept your current limitations as permanent physics, you free up the cognitive bandwidth you need to actually change them. The algorithm sees that desperate desire for control and just feeds it back to the viewer as a superpower.
Like becoming the simulation's favorite, which, by the way, is another actual title from a MICU in our sources.
Yes. That one is so telling.
It literally frames life as a programmed system, like a video game matrix that you can somehow become the darling of.
Precisely. If life is just a simulation, then the rules aren't real. And if the rules aren't real, you don't have to feel bad about not succeeding by them.
You just haven't found the right cheat code yet.
Exactly. It completely shifts the blame away from the individual.
Okay, so if the goal is to ignore the burning room of reality and become the simulation's favorite, what are the actual cheat codes people are using to do it? Because the algorithm's recommendations here get really, really bizarre.
Bizarre is definitely the right word.
We have this massive juxtaposition between hypermodern hard science on one hand and literal ancient mysticism on the other. And they are sitting right next to each other in the exact same feed.
Because the algorithm does not care about the academic distinctions between disciplines.
It really doesn't.
It only clusters things by human desire.
Well, look at the science and human capability side of this snapshot. We have Veritasium's massive hit, the crystal that could destroy all medicine, sitting at 7.9 million views.
Huge video.
And then we have the Fama monk promising how to learn so fast it's almost unfair, which has 4.3 million views.
Again, unfair. It's that desire for an edge.
Exactly. And then Will Tennyson's 7.2 million view investigation. I investigated the country where it's illegal to be fat. Now,
yeah,
on their face, these are just interesting science and lifestyle videos.
Right. Totally normal content.
But in this context, Veritasium's crystal represents a literal silver bullet. It's a material science breakthrough that bypasses the entire medical establishment.
It bypasses the system.
Yes. And the MIT monk isn't just teaching good study habits. He's teaching cognitive leverage.
Yeah.
Using neuroplasticity to basically hack the learning curve so you don't have to put in the traditional 10,000 hours. It's all about bypassing the grind.
Yeah, these represent the absolute extremes of biological and systemic optimization. They really appeal to the part of the brain that says, I don't need to change my lifestyle incrementally. I don't need to do the hard work.
I just need the shortcut.
Exactly. I just need to find the one material, the one brain hack, or the one systemic rule that just solves the problem instantly.
But then you scroll down maybe 1 inch in the same recommendation feed, and we pivot straight into ancient esotericism.
It's quite the whiplash.
It is. We've got Quasi Joe here presenting an ancient Kabbalah teaching reveals the secret to attracting money.
Right.
We have Jose Morleo explaining the Kabbalion explained in 33 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a video by Artificially Aware titled The 1988 Book That Solved Magic. And that's magic spelled with a K, by the way.
Of course it is.
I mean, help me out here. I understand why people want a biological brain hack, but how does a 1988 book on chaos magic sit right next to quantum physics and MIT learning algorithms?
To understand that, you really have to look at what those mystical texts are actually promising the viewer. Take the Kabbalion, for example.
Okay.
It's a foundational text of Hermetic philosophy, and its core principle is mentalism. It's this idea that the all is mind. meaning the universe itself is fundamentally a mental construct, and therefore your thoughts literally shape physical matter.
Oh, wow. So it's basically the ancient analog version of quantum manifestation.
That is exactly what it is. And chaos magic, which is very likely what that 1988 book refers to, treats belief itself as a tool rather than a rigid religious truth.
Interesting. So it's more practical.
Very practical. You adopt a belief, you perform a ritual or a focus exercise like making a sigil to program your subconscious, and you just expect a result. It is highly pragmatic mysticism.
But it just feels like we are treating ancient spiritual teachings the exact same way we treat like a software patch for our smartphones.
Oh, that's a brilliant way to put it.
Right. It's like we think we can just download the Kadala update and the bug in our bank account will suddenly be fixed. We're taking these incredibly dense philosophical systems that used to require literal lifetimes of study.
And demanding they act as a quick patch for our modern anxieties.
Exactly.
That is a perfect metaphor, but let's extend it even further. We download the mystical software patch hoping it fixes the bugs, completely ignoring the fact that our operating system, meaning our actual day-to-day habits and our environment, is completely incompatible with the software.
Oh, man. Yes. We haven't upgraded our hardware.
Right. But the psychological drive remains exactly the same. The traditional path says, work hard for 40 years, save your money, study relentlessly.
And the algorithm says, no, the system is rigged anyway.
Exactly.
Here's a secret crystal, an unfair learning hack, and an ancient hermetic text. You just need the code.
It is the ultimate search for asymmetric advantage. Learn so fast, it's almost unfair. The appeal of that MIT video isn't the joy of learning for its own sake.
No, not at all. The appeal is the unfairness. It's the desperate desire to hold a winning hand in a game you suspect is completely rigged against you.
This raises a really important question, though. If you fundamentally believe the game is rigged, what kind of person do you become while trying to win it?
Oh, that's dark.
Because the pursuit of these hidden systems isn't just happening in a vacuum, it actually changes how you interact with the real world around you.
And here's where it gets really, really interesting. Because as much as this snapshot is about cosmic manifestation and downloading ancient wealth secrets, it heavily grounds itself in some incredibly stark, almost paranoid, real-world social dynamics.
Yeah, the social armor.
Exactly. It's not all just meditating on a magnetic frequency alone in your bedroom. A huge chunk of this feed is about putting on social armor. And honestly, I don't get this mix at all.
It seems contradictory at first.
Totally. I am trying to manifest infinite wealth using quantum energy, but apparently I also need to be terrified of my coworkers.
Let's look at the sources dealing with power and status.
Let's do it. We have Robert Greene with a video titled Why Powerful People Suddenly Disappear, sitting at 1.1 million views.
Classic Robert Greene.
Right. And then we have Chase Hughes with a video called How Intelligent People Deal with Stupid People, which, is an incredibly abrasive title.
Very abrasive, but it clearly reflects a real exhausting social friction that people are feeling in their daily lives.
Absolutely. And then there's this fascinating, highly niched video by Manners Matters called 9 Small Gestures the Upper Class Always Recognize in Each Other.
The contrast there is exactly the point.
But it doesn't sound like ultimate power to me. It sounds completely exhausting. Like, think about building a character in an RPG, like a role-playing game.
Okay, I follow.
On one hand, you are maxing out your magic and magnetic frequency stats so reality obeys you.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you are hyper-obsessed with social camouflage. You need to know the secret hand gestures of the upper class so they accept you. You need to know why powerful people get assassinated or vanish, and you need aggressive strategies just to endure a normal conversation with the quote-unquote stupid people at the grocery store. Does this hyper-focus on optimization actually reveal a deep, underlying paranoia?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the answer is a definitive yes.
It has to be.
The aggression and the desire for these unfair advantages in these titles, they act as a shield. You don't need to know the subtle gestures of the upper class unless you secretly feel like an imposter who is terrified of being found out.
Oh, wow. That makes a lot of sense.
And you don't need to categorize everyone around you as stupid people to be managed unless you feel deeply, deeply threatened by social friction.
The manifestation is the dream, but the paranoia is the actual reality.
Exactly. And when you look at the practical life management titles in this same snapshot, those defense mechanisms become even clearer.
Like the Brian Tracy video.
Yes. Brian Tracy warning viewers to Organize your life or stay trapped in constant disorder.
Trapped in constant disorder. That phrasing isn't just about having a messy desk, is it?
No, that is pure existential dread. It is the core fear of chaos just consuming you. And then you have the channel, instead of working with the video, become unemployable to prepare for the future.
And Katie Clark's video, How to Be So Energetically Rich That Scarcity Runs From You. I want to pause on that one. Notice the active language there.
Scarcity runs from you.
Yeah. Scarcity isn't just avoided through, like, good budgeting. Scarcity actively runs from you. You have to become a literal predator to scarcity.
You have to dominate it.
Right. And becoming unemployable. That doesn't mean lacking skills. In this specific context, it means completely opting out of the traditional corporate hierarchy because relying on an employer is seen as just way too vulnerable a position. You have to insulate yourself completely.
Insulation is the perfect word. Beneath the aggressive quest to command the universe, there's a profound vulnerability. These people aren't trying to become gods, they're trying to build impenetrable fortresses. And the algorithm actually proves this when you look at the final few sources quietly sitting in this exact same feed.
You mean the psychology and trauma videos?
Yes, nestled right in between the quantum manifestation, the MIT brain hacks, and the upper-class camouflage.
The real human element shows up.
Exactly. We have a video by 2Mind Method titled Romantic Obsession Takes Over When You Lack Meaning Purpose, and that has nearly 800,000 views. And then we have Dr. Gabor Mate with Do This Simple Thing and You Will Immediately Change Your Life.
Wow. So amidst all the bravado about bending reality to your will and outsmarting the medical and financial systems, there's this quiet, desperate undercurrent of people just trying to heal their nervous systems.
Romantic obsession takes over when you lack meaning. That title really is the skeleton key for this entire digital dig site.
How so?
Because if you lack intrinsic meaning or purpose, you don't just become romantically obsessed, you become systemically obsessed.
Oh, I see.
You become obsessed with the law of luck. You fixate on biohacking your brain, on deciphering hidden Kabbalah teachings, on memorizing the etiquette of the elite.
Because if you can just figure out the hidden system, then the chaos of life finally makes sense.
Exactly. The viewer is trying to become the simulation's favorite because being an ordinary, vulnerable participant in the simulation is just too painful.
So it's chaotic.
It's too chaotic, and it lacks inherent meaning. And the algorithm doesn't judge this, right? It just sees a user frantically clicking between a video on commanding quantum energy and a video on healing childhood trauma, and it links them together forever.
Man. So what does this all mean? If we zoom out and look at this digital dirt we've just excavated, it tells a remarkably cohesive story about how we navigate modern anxiety.
It really does.
Whether you are trying to master David McEwen's law of luck, or learn at an unfair speed, or just keep the wolf of scarcity running from your door, these sources show that we are in the middle of a massive global search for leverage.
We all just want a little control.
Exactly. Think about the last time you felt completely overwhelmed by your schedule or your finances. Did you want to read a dry 500-page textbook on macroeconomics?
Definitely not.
No. You wanted a 10-minute video promising a hidden hack that would fix it all by Tuesday. We all want to feel like we have our hands on the steering wheel, especially when the car feels like it is spinning out on the ice.
And that is the crucial takeaway for anyone analyzing their own media consumption right now.
Yeah.
Knowledge and the pursuit of these hidden systems is only valuable when you pause to critically examine why you are seeking it.
The intention behind it.
Right. Are we trying to master our reality so that we can engage with the world more deeply, contribute more effectively, and connect with people? Or are we downloading these intellectual cheat codes to build a wall?
Wow.
Because the tools themselves, whether they are hermetic texts, material science discoveries, or cognitive behavioral hacks, they're neutral. It is the intention behind them that dictates whether we are growing as individuals or just finding more sophisticated ways to hide from a reality we are too exhausted to face.
Are you trying to engage or are you trying to insulate? That is a profound distinction. And it leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over today. Think about our digital archaeology metaphor. If someone were to excavate your YouTube sidebar right now, if they were to compile a list of the articles, podcasts, and videos you consume every single week, what hidden system or cheat code would it look like you were trying to master?
It's a tough question to ask yourself.
It really is. The algorithm only serves up what we secretly desire. So what is your digital footprint revealing about the reality you're trying to escape and the one you are desperately trying to build?